Hello, friends. Greetings from Australia, from down under. Again, it's Helena here. Today is Sunday, the 7th of August, 2022. And today, I think, is story time. As I promised, every now and then, I would read you a story. So this story is part of a little series written actually in 2006 in the Czech language when I panicked and I thought, bloody hell, I must have lost my language. Can't express myself very well in Czech anymore, and I didn't want to become like the wife of a friend of mine who was Bulgarian and they were saying about him that he didn't learn Czech, but he forgot Bulgarian. So I thought, well, no, that's not going to happen. So I wrote these stories in Czech, and then for my mom, basically, for her birthday. And then I also translated them into English, so my poor daughter could understand them as well. Because she actually is part of those stories. So stories are about shells that we found on Moore Park Beach, and each shell bore pretty much a story within itself. So this story is the story of the broken shell. Enjoy, put your feet up, have some wine, some coffee, some tea, something cold, whatever you fancy, and enjoy. The story of the broken shell. On a July afternoon, mother and daughter are taking a stroll along the eastern shore of Australia. The beach is bathed in rays of the afternoon sun, which, although weakened by the season, is still able to offer some warmth and smooth the jagged edges of the southeasterlies. Hand in hand walk mother and child, their ankles kissed by the occasional wave that escaped the Pacific during the retreating tide. Their toes penetrate the sand, which changes color with each footprint. Every now and then, mother or daughter pick up a shell left behind by the sea. "Look at this one, Mummy," hoots the child with delight. "Look how beautiful it is, almost transparent, with the colors like the rainbow." Then she falls silent. The mother's face is, as usual, turned towards the ocean, eyes scanning the surface for signs of dolphins. With a bit of luck, she could spot them. In the winter, when the water cools down, the dolphins move closer to the shore. She does not ask what captured the child's attention, knowing that her daughter will soon share her thoughts. "I feel sorry for the old, the ugly, the broken ones. Like this one, look, Mummy." On her small palm rests a shell. It is the color of honey. The once perfect ridges and grooves are now marked with scars, holes, and fractures caused by collisions with objects much stronger and harder than the shell. A plaything of the sea, pommeled and tossed between rejection and acceptance, this shell will not survive the next high tide. It will surrender to the crushing force of the waves, disintegrate, and become part of the ocean floor. But not yet. For now, the shell rests in the safety of a child's hand. It is still wet, and its edges gleam like shiny silk. "Why do you feel sorry for this shell?" asks the mother. "Because no one would notice it. No one would like it. People will collect only the beauties, the intact ones, and kick the broken ones out of their way." For a brief moment, faces of humans flash in front of the mother's eyes. Faces equally scarred by the ocean of life. "Do you think the shell wants to be actually noticed by someone and taken home? Just look at it. How it's glistening. It is true that when collecting shells, people usually pick the perfect ones. They take them home, arrange them on shelves or in bowls. But without the sun and the seawater, even the most radiant beauty will lose its luster and fade. How about we leave this one here with her sisters? We could write a story about her to Nana. Hesitantly, the child nods and gently places the shell back onto the sand. It is time to leave. The purple stripe on the horizon announces the approaching night. Hand in hand walk mother and daughter in silent synchronicity. Before they leave the beach, they turn around one more time. "Look," says the mother, "what do you see?" "Oh, Mummy, how awesome, like a path of diamonds." And indeed, in the last rays of the setting sun, along the realm between the land and sea stretches a wide path of shimmering jewels. They are all shells kissed by the sea. Now tell me, which ones are the perfect, the beautiful ones, and which ones are the broken ones? Asks the mother. The child looks and looks, straining her eyes. "I don't know, they all glisten the same. The sun shines on them all." "Precisely," smiles the mother and hugs her own little jewel close to her heart. "Now, I'd like to know what we're gonna have for dinner." So ends the story of the broken shell. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed it, a bit at least. And and maybe it gave you something, hopefully. Maybe some food for thought, or just made your day a little bit better, or just good, or whatever. Wishing you a lovely rest of the Sunday, and we'll see and hear you again soon. Bye.